Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Before starting the video, please subscribe and keep watching for more details videos. Caitlin Clark's teammate drops harsh reality for Fever after 9th loss. The Indiana Fever saw their 3-game losing streak get snapped by the Los Angeles Sparks on Saturday, 89-87, at Gainbridge Fieldhouse. The defeat dropped the Fever to 9-9 and 7th in the team standings as the All-Star break approaches. They have won 3 of their last 5 assignments despite missing star guard Caitlin Clark due to a groin injury. Having Clark back in the lineup would surely help Indiana's cause and rack up more victories. But for now, the rest of the squad must fill in the void, as her return remains unclear. Fever coach Stephanie White already stressed the importance of putting more focus on their defense. Before their loss to the Sparks, they held both the Las Vegas Aces and the Minnesota Lynx to below 60 points. For backup guard Sydney Colson, it's imperative for them to stay even-keeled despite their middling record. Playing in the league for a decade now, she's fully aware that every campaign comes with challenges. Consistency is gradually going to happen over time, and we've seen it over the course of the season. There's been peaks and valleys. You try to lessen how many valleys there are and get to a point where we're having more peaks, said Colson in a report from Indianapolis Star's Joshua Herron. Echoing White's message, the 35-year-old Colson said their defense should be their calling card. The last 2 games are more indicative of who we're becoming and the direction we're going in, but it's not going to be perfect all the time, added Colson, who won 2 championships with the Aces. The locker room was quieter than usual. The dull hum of the overhead lights did little to cut through the thick tension that settled after the Indiana Fever's 9th loss of the season. Water bottles sat untouched. Sneakers, once symbols of power and speed, now seemed deflated, like the spirits of the team who wore them. In the middle of the room, Caitlin Clark sat with her elbows on her knees, her jersey damp with sweat and frustration. Around her, her teammates moved in slow motion, not out of exhaustion, but resignation. Then, a voice cut through the silence like a clean break in glass. "I'm tired of this," said one of the veterans, a teammate who had seen more seasons than most in that room. Her voice wasn't loud, but it carried weight. "This ain't just about Caitlin. This is about all of us." Heads turned. Some looked surprised. Others, relieved that someone had finally said what needed saying. Caitlin looked up, her eyes narrowing, not out of offense, but curiosity. "We keep acting like one player's gonna save this team," the veteran continued. "Every press conference, every highlight reel, it's Caitlin this, Caitlin that. Yeah, she's a phenom. We all know that. But one star don't make a constellation." The words hung in the air. Caitlin nodded slightly, absorbing it all. She'd felt it too, the weight of expectation, the burden of being the great hope. She'd come into the WNBA with the fanfare of a superstar, and the media had run with it. But this wasn't college ball anymore. This was the pros. And in the pros, everyone is elite. Everyone's hungry. And no one, not even Caitlin Clark, could carry a team on talent alone. "I've seen rookies burn out before," the teammate said, her gaze steady on Caitlin. "But I don't want that for you. I want you to thrive. But we can't do that unless we all own our part in this mess. We've been playing like we're waiting for a miracle, when what we need is effort, grit, and a whole lot of truth." The room, once somber, began to stir. It wasn't just the speech. It was the truth behind it. They were a team, and a team meant every player mattered. Not just the one with the endorsement deals or record-breaking stats. Another player chimed in. "We've got to start trusting each other more. We're playing scared. We're playing like we don't believe we belong here. And if we keep doing that, we'll keep losing, no matter how many points Caitlin drops." Caitlin stood up slowly. Her voice was softer, but steady. "I didn't come here to be the hero. I came here to win. I want to win with all of you. I want us to build something that lasts, not just headlines." There was a beat of silence, then a nod from the veteran who'd started it all. "Then let's get to work." The next morning, practice looked different. Gone was the sluggish pace. The dribbling was tighter. The cuts, sharper. Players who barely spoke in past weeks were now barking out plays, rotating with purpose, covering each other's backs. Caitlin wasn't taking every shot. She was dishing assists, calling screens, encouraging teammates who needed confidence more than critique. The coaching staff noticed too. The body language had changed. The Fever weren't just practicing, they were preparing to fight for their season. That night, after practice, Caitlin pulled out her notebook, something she'd done since high school. In it, she jotted down plays, moments, and thoughts she didn't always say out loud. At the top of the page, she wrote, "One star doesn't make a constellation, but together, we can light up the whole sky." Beneath it, she wrote the names of every teammate on the roster. She circled them all.